Hey guys, it's question week. The perfect web name on YouTube asked, and I took notes. How did you learn to accept yourself the way you are? Was there a certain moment, situation, inspiration, or person that helped? Well, the best way I can talk about that is to tell you this. Up until probably about 6 months ago, I was actually really insecure. How do I explain this? I realized that my fear of judgment and criticism from other people was having a big effect on my life. I would be worried about what people would think of me, strangers, people I never met, people in public, people in stores or at school. And I feel like if you worry about what people think of you, you will be their prisoner. Or you will be a prisoner, mainly to yourself. So what I was doing was just being intimidated, not being comfortable in myself, and just being really defeated. And the problem with that is that I missed out on a lot of experiences. It was in the boys I never dated. It was in the parties I never went to. It was in the experiences I never got to experience because I was too concerned with other people's perception of me. And for me, it didn't come in a day, it didn't come in a person. It came when I kind of reached a breaking point. It was kind of the week or the month that I spent thinking. The best way I can put it is the time I realized that I accepted myself was the time that I realized that I was worth fighting for. In the sense that now I have learned that I owe it to no one to be anything. I don't owe it to anyone to be thin. I don't owe it to anyone to be beautiful. I don't owe it to anyone to be intelligent or articulate or cool. I don't owe it to anyone to fit their standard. I don't have to please you. I do, however, owe it to myself to fight for my own interests and to fight for my happiness. Because if you're not going to do it, if you are not going to have the strength and the courage to fight for what you want and to fight for what makes you happy, who's going to do it? If you are not going to be your own advocate, tell me who's going to do it. When you realize that you do not have to exist to please others, when you realize that you apologizing for the person who you are is payment on a debt not owed, when you realize these facts, this is when you will be liberated. This is when self-acceptance will kind of come automatically. At least this is true from my experience. Having said that, I don't think self-acceptance is ever going to be 100% attainable. I don't think you're going to wake up one day and realize, I'm 100% happy with the person that I am. For two reasons. One is the day you stop striving for making yourself better, that's the day you just give up. I mean, if I think about it, I am so flawed, like seriously flawed on every level. I mean, I am insensitive, I'm lazy, I'm obnoxious. I could go on. But the point is that you work towards improving. You don't ever stop. You don't ever say, oh, I'm good. I accept myself. I'm beautiful. I'm wonderful. I'm fantastic. No, you're not. You need to constantly strive to be better, to do better, to be a more beautiful person. So in that sense, don't accept yourself. Secondly, I don't know if this is true for everyone else, but my entire life, I've always had a voice in my head, and it's the voice of doubt. And she's always there, and I don't think I'll ever be completely free of her. No matter how confident, how genuinely confident I become in myself, she always judges me and she always criticizes me. And she says things like, "Who do you think you are? You don't deserve any of it." There's like the person who Sophie actually is, and then there's this kind of evil Sophie who just exists within me and will always tell me that I'll never be good enough. But I think I'm getting better at fighting her, because these days, the real me, she almost always wins.